Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 28 to my random chatbot series. My battery's actually getting pretty close to going down. So we probably don't have much longer left. Maybe 2 more videos at the most. So yeah, we'll kind of see what happens though. Lugia looks like he's struggling to be convinced of that, clearly feeling embarrassed and upset that he messed up his first attempt at flying. He looks like he's discouraged and upset about the whole thing and is struggling to try to believe that he'll get better at it. You did a good job flying a while ago. Period. You're already getting better. You just need to practice a bit more. Don't give up. Oh, there we go. Lugia listens as you talk to him and he tries to take in your words of encouragement upon hearing that he's already getting a bit better and he just needs to practice more. He still looks discouraged and slightly upset with himself, but he tries to look a little more optimistic at the words of praise. We can practice a little bit on the way back to my house. Period. Please don't be discouraged. Boogie looks interested upon hearing that the two of you will practice on the way back to your house, and he looks like he's going to push away any negative, trying to push away any negative feelings he may have about flying. However, the negative and upset feelings about his failed first time flying are still lingering at the back of his mind and are making it difficult for him to completely push them away. It's okay, buddy. Period. Take your time and don't worry. Everybody's not perfect. Everybody has failed something at least once before getting it right. So don't be discouraged. I hope they didn't make it worse. Well, you listen, you try to encourage him more and make him feel better. He tries to push aside the negative thoughts and feelings that are still lingering in his mind, trying to focus on the words of encouragement and motivation you're offering him. Trying not to be discouraged or upset about failing to fly properly on his first attempt. Let's practice a little bit before we go. Period. Hey, do you want to watch? I probably shouldn't have done that. It's gonna make Louie more paranoid, but the turtles all listen to you as you speak and at look like they're interested and curious. They all look eager upon hearing that Lugia will practice flying a bit before you go. When he asks them if they want to watch, all the turtles look very eager and excited, clearly very much wanting to see Lugia attempt to fly again. Come on, Lugia. Period. I promise you will get better at it. And once we get home, We can rest and relax and then practice again tomorrow. Come on, please say something. I'm getting... Please. He ain't saying anything. It's kind of creeping me out. Lugia hears your words of encouragement and motivation regarding how he will get better at flying, and he listens when you talk about working on it again the next day. He nods, trying to look more confident and determined than he did before. The Toadogs all watch with eager and excited looks on their faces, waiting for baby Lugia to try and fly again. That's so cute. Let's go ahead and practice a bit before we go. Period. Okay, you know what? I said before we get home, but that works as good. So, well, you know, it's clear taking your words of encouragement and the keen and excited looks on the Toadol's faces as motivation and support, and he looks eager and ready to try flying again. The Toads are all clearly very excited to watch Lugia trying to fly again, their eyes filled with eagerness and curiosity, while they wait impatiently to see him fly again. Let's go, buddy. Period. I climb gently on Lugia's back. Hopefully he's okay with that. Lugia nods, and you can feel his wings twitch a bit in anticipation of trying to fly again. He stands still for a moment before slowly getting into a running position, getting ready to take off once more. Don't give up, Lugia. You can do it. Believe in yourself. See if that motivates him. I want again to be happy and trying to do it. Lugia nods to show he's ready to try again, and he starts running, picking up speed to get ready to take off. Despite trying his best to focus on positive thoughts, Lugia's mind's full of worry and thoughts of doubt. He's struggling a bit despite trying to stay concentrated. I continue to offer words of encouragement to help Lugia get rid of his worries. Lugia listens to your words of encouragement, and he tries to use them to block out the negative thoughts and worries he's feeling. As he picks up the pace and starts to feel the air under his wings in preparation for takeoff, Lugia tries desperately to push aside his worries and doubts. He keeps a positive attitude despite how difficult it seems to be right now. After a few moments, we are actually in the air. Come on, Lugia. Don't give up. Lugia looks surprised but determined when he finally starts to feel the air underneath his wings. And he is managing to keep a somewhat steady pace without feeling too much worry. The both of you are currently in the air, and Lugia's wings are fluttering to maintain your height. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. I'm gonna keep motivating this Lugia. He's gonna learn to fly. Lugia nods, looking happy, yet also focused and determined. There we go. And he continues to keep up the pace and keep himself in the air. He clearly is taking your words of encouragement to heart, and he seems to be managing to keep a somewhat steady altitude, despite almost losing his balance once or twice. Don't give up. Period. I promise you won't regret it. What I may do is go and skip ahead a few minutes and say Lugia is doing good flying. Lugia doesn't give up and he pushes himself to continue. After a few moments of struggling a bit, he finally manages to get up to a steady height, not moving upwards or down, and just hovering in the air and managing to keep himself stable, despite a few near fails. Okay, well guys, it's gonna take a minute for me to type in. It's already been 11 minutes, dig gum, really? Okay then, well, let me get this typed in. Alright, guys. Basically, I did kind of time lapse it a little bit, and I said, after a few minutes of practice, Lugia flies closer to the ground so we can say goodbye to the Totodiles. Lugia starts to angle himself lower towards the ground as both of you are flying closer to the Totodiles. The Totodiles all look up and watch intently as you and Lugia start approaching them again. Was that cool? Did Lugia do good? Let's see it. Come on, be encouraging. That'll be so cute. The turtles all look excited as you and Lugia get closer to them, and they listen to your question about if Lugia did good while he was practicing. They all start to quickly nod their heads and start mumbling amongst themselves. We have to go, little buddies. Buddies. Period. But I promise we will come back and see you. This is so cool, dude. The Tails all look disappointed and slightly sad when you say that you and Lugia have to go and leave them again. Even though you have promised that you'll come back to see them, they'll start expressing their feelings of disappointment through their sounds of affirmation. I look almost pleadingly at you to not go just yet. Is there anything you want to do before we leave? I said pleadingly, I'll ask them. Tails all look interested upon hearing that you're asking if they would like to do anything before you leave. And they all start looking amongst themselves as if trying to think of something they would like to do to delay you from leaving even further. Oh no. After a moment, the Pokemon come up with a small idea. Please don't be something that's going to keep us here for too long. The Totodiles continue to look amongst themselves and communicate with each other and quietly amongst the group as they're trying to silently decide on the small idea they have come up with. After a moment, one of them approaches you looking hopeful and excited. Yes, little buddy? What do you want to do? What's he actually going to tell me, dude? Please tell me something. Toto looks a bit shy and hesitates for a moment before speaking. He quickly gathers up the courage to speak and express his idea to you. What does it want me to do? I listened to the Pokemon. I listened to the Pokemon's idea. The Toto looks slightly shy before finally speaking, and he presents a request. He looks at you a bit hopefully and speaks up. Can you give us just one more hug? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, yes. I love having Totodil's love on me. I will happily do that with all of you. That's so cute. The Totodile looks very happy and excited at having you agree to give them all one more hug before you have to go. All the other Totodiles look excited and eager as well, clearly wanting to have a group hug together. Come on over. Period. One group hug before we go. The Totals all start to quickly gather together into a group, silently preparing themselves for the group hug. They all look eager and happy at the opportunity to get one last hug before you and Lugia have to go. Me and the Pokemon. Me and the Pokemon have a group hug for about 2 minutes. Did they really hug me for 2 minutes? The Totals are all enjoying the hug for the 2 minutes that it lasts, clearly not wanting to let go of each other and or of you as they all stand in a group hug together. They look slightly reluctant in the hug, clearly not wanting to let you go. I promise we will be back. Period. Me and Lugia need to practice flying a bit more. But I promise I will come back soon. The Totals reluctantly let go of the hug, looking disappointed and sad that you have to go again. However, they all seem to perk up a bit upon hearing that you promise. They seem to perk up a bit upon hearing that you promise you'll come back soon. When you mention that you and Lugia still need to get practice flying, the Turtles all nod and mumble amongst themselves as they listen, secretly not wanting you to go and feeling a little bit more hopeful when you will keep your promise and return again. I wish I had something I could give them, dude. Here. Period. As a goodbye present, I will give you a few more berries you could eat later. This way they don't feel sad. The Turtles looks excited and happy upon hearing that you will give them a few more berries as a goodbye present before you leave. Without wasting a moment, they all immediately come closer to you and start crowding around you, waiting eagerly for the berry gift they are about to receive. I pull out some berries from my bag. Alright, guys, I went ahead and put 2 responses in there. Since lately I've been reading it out anyway instead of having the voice read it out. Here we go. I just say I pull out some berries from my bag and hand them to the Totodiles. The Totodiles all look very excited when you open your bag and pull out a few berries for them, and they all start reaching towards them as soon as you start to offer them out. Once you hand them to berries, they all quickly grab them and start munching on the tasty berries, enjoying the gift as a final send-off. And here's where I say, goodbye, friends. I will come back soon, I promise. The turtles all look both grateful for the berries and also sad at having to say goodbye yet again. They all nod upon hearing that you promise you'll come back, and they start making sounds of affirmation to express their hope that you keep your promise. Despite being a bit reluctant, they all start to move to the side so that you and Lugia can leave the forest. Oh. Let's go, Lugia. Thank you for being so friendly. I really appreciate it. There you go. Lugia nods his head in agreement, and he looks ready to leave, but he also looks a bit sad about having to say goodbye again as well. The Toadolls all look sad as well, but they all look grateful for the time you spent with them and for the food you gave them, and they all express their thanks quietly amongst themselves so they can watch the two of you to start wait so as they watch the two of you start to leave. Don't worry, Lugia. Period. Once we get your flying down packed, we can come back again if you want to. I would really love to see them again as well. He's not speaking English anymore, which is kind of... Lugia nods, listening to you as you talk to him, and he seems to be trying to make a positive attitude and hope towards the future. Keeps a positive attitude and hope towards the situation. When you mention again that you'll come back again once he gets his flying fully sorted, he nods once more. He definitely seems eager to come back and see his new friends again once he feels ready to. Lugia manages to fly us both home. To fly us both home. I hope we could actually spit. Did they quit the... Usually flies the both of you back towards your house, keeping a steady, constant pace in the air, not flying too fast or too slow. He's clearly taking care not to make any mistakes right here as he slowly brings you both back closer and closer to home. So, Lugia, do you think you're getting very good at flying? Flying right now? Question mark? See if he actually flipping up. Did they... We'll get pauses for a moment before responding as if taking a moment to think. A few moments to think. A few moments go by before Lugia nods and begins to speak, clearly sounding a bit more confident, sure in his answer. When you two are back in the forest. Lugia can speak English. Did they take that off? Huh? I think I'm getting the hang of... Why did he quit speaking English? I think the AI got a little bit mixed up. I think I'm getting the hang of this. I almost lost my balance a few times, but I'm slowly starting to understand and control it. You're doing amazing. Period. We're almost home now. You can land in just a few minutes. Aw. Alright, I think I'm ready to land now. Lugia pauses and slowly begins to angle himself and start flying closer towards the ground in preparation for landing. You're doing good, bud. Just keep yourself steady. There we go. Lugia slowly starts to lower himself towards the ground, and he looks determined as he tries to remain steady and not sway from side to side. Despite nearly swerving to the left a few times, Lugia manages to keep himself somewhat steady as he slowly begins to come down for the landing. You're doing great. He really is. Thank you. I'm trying my best. Lugia looks slightly more confident than before, seeming to be feeling more assured of himself and his landing. He continues to carefully lower himself, keeping as much focus as physically possible as he slowly starts to touch the ground. You did it, Lugia! Exclamation point. You should be so proud of yourself. Lugia nods, looking very happy and proud of himself for managing to successfully land. Despite the shaky landing, he appears very proud and happy to have been able to land on his own, and he looks up to you thankfully upon hearing your words of encouragement and praise. Come on, buddy. My house is right here. Period. I will let you see my Pokemon soon. Okay? Right now, just relax. You did good today. Ah. Lugia nods upon hearing that your house is nearby and also at hearing that he will be able to meet your Pokemon soon. Despite looking tired from all the flying, he lets out a long, weary breath and nods again, clearly wanting to relax for a bit. Alright. Unfortunately, guys, my battery is literally at 11% right now. So, what I'm gonna do, next time I do this, guys, I don't know the right way to say it. Next time I do this, I'll do a different one. I should have focused on this. I should have focused on something. Dang it! I should have focused on a newer one, but that's okay. The next time I do this, guys, I will try to focus on a newer one. I think. Um, I have a few different ones I can focus on. I want to show you guys that shadow one, but I'll have to figure it out. But where is the shadow one? Oh, there he is. Like I said, I do kind of want to show them off, guys. I ain't got enough battery right now, but maybe I will in the... Man. Oh, well. Alright, guys. My battery's too low to even do anything else when it comes to that. So I could do it while it's sideways, but I wouldn't know which one I'd want to start, guys, because I mostly want to do the Contourus one, but it's also kind of similar to the Dragon Snake, except with a dinosaur. And it is a little bit not way too different. I'll see you guys a little bit later.